Hello everyone. So today we are going to solve a predicted foundation math paper 2, and it will involve all the important questions which has been repeated. It has made after a research of checking which questions are important. So if you want to join my free classes, please text me here 919205948909 to get the link. I'll send you a Teams link and you can join my classes. Okay, so let's start. This is our question 1. We have to write zero point 0.8 as a percentage. So we'll just multiply it with 100. So to convert any decimal or fraction into percentage, we multiply it with 100. We have here two zeros, right? So we need to move it by two place. 1 2, this is empty, so we will fill it with 0, so this will become 80, right? So the answer is 80%. Now we have to order these numbers from smallest. So a negative number, bigger the number, smaller is its value, like negative 6 and negative 2. So negative 6 is smaller than negative 2 because it is a negative number. So then negative 2, and for positive we know 0 1 5 8. Okay, write down the value 5. So 5 is here. So if we go after decimal, this is tens, its value is tens, two values ones, and then one is tens. So this is the difference. After decimal we put ths, and here it is tens. For 5 it is hundreds. So basically the value is 500 because 5 times 100 is 500. Now we have to simplify this. So c times c is c square, then we have 6. So 6c square is the answer. So student confuse here. See, c plus c is 2c, and if we are multiplying we get square. Okay, like if I add them 3 times, this is going to be 3c. If I multiply it 3 times, that is c cube, c to the power 3. Then finding 10% of 99. So 10% means 10 over 100, of means times 99. We can cancel these two, 1 over 10, and we have here this 1 over 10 times 99. So 99 times 1 is 99. Then we have 10 in the denominator. So what we do, we write 99 as it is. There is one zero, so after one digit we put the decimal. So the answer is 9.9. Then 85 minutes into hours. So we know 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes, right? So we'll divide 85 by 60. Why we are dividing? Because we are converting a minute into hours. Minute is smaller unit, hours is bigger unit. So whenever we convert a smaller unit into bigger, we divide. Remember SBD and BSM, for bigger to smaller we multiply. So if we divide 85 by 60, 60 times 1 is 60. We subtract, we get, sorry, this is 5. 8 minus 6 to 25. So 1 hour and 25 minutes. Remainder will go here. Write down all the factors of 100. So factors means with which we can divide 100 completely with 0 remainder. So we will write all the, we'll list all the numbers or pairs to ensure like none of them are missed. So 1 times 100 we can start. 1 times 100 is 100, right? In 2 times table, if we multiply 2 with 50 we get 100. 3 we cannot because 3 is not the factor. 4 times 25 is 100, right? And then 5 times 20 is 100. And then after this, if you check 6 7 8, you will not get 100 there, only in 10. 10 times 10 is 100. So the factors are all these numbers which you can see: 1 2 4 5 10 100 50 25 20 10. All of these are the factors of 100. Okay, so let's go to next question. It says measure the size of the angle marked as X. I think you'll have to use protector. Just make sure the baseline is correctly placed and then you can measure it. Okay. Next question is this. We have given some values. We have to find mean, median, and range and mode. So what is mode? Mode means the number which is repeating the maximum number of times. So if you see here, let me just zoom it. Okay. So which number is repeating maximum number of time is 17, right? So what is mode? 17 appears 3 times, so 17 is mode. Then range is the difference between highest and lowest value. So highest value is 17, lowest value is 5. So if we subtract them, we get 12. That is the range. Median means basically middle number in an ordered list. So if we arrange them in ordered list, we get 5, then again 5, then we have 8, smallest to largest we are arranging, then we have 9, then we have 10, 11, and then 17 three times, so I'm including this also. Now if you see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, so we have 9 numbers. So if I leave this side 4 and this side 4, I get this number which is in the middle. So my median is 10. Okay, if there are two numbers, you need to add them and divide them by 2 to get the median. Work out the mean. So mean formula is we need to add all these values and count them and divide with their number. So if we add all of these values, 5 plus 5 um, is 10, then if you just plug these and add all of them, you will get 99. And how many numbers are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So divide them by 9, you will get 11, and that's your mean. This is also called average. So make sure you know what mean and average is. Next is work out the size of this angle. So we know the complete angle value is 360. So this complete angle is 360. To find x, we can subtract this part, right, to get from the total. So if I subtract 280 from 360, I will get 80, and x is 80. So 80 degrees. Give a reason for your answer. Angle around a point, add up to 360. If you add 280 and 80, you will get 360. So you can just write angle around a point, add up to 360. Next is this. We have to expand this p times p plus 2. So we have to use distributive property. Just times this with this. P times p is p square. Then we have plus here, so put it. P times 2 is just 2p. And that's your answer. Factorize this. So we can see 4 and 10, they both have same common factor, and highest common factor is 2. So if I take 2 out, 2 times 2 is 4, right? I will be left with 2a. Now you can see 2 times 2 is 4 and a. And then if I divide 10 by 2, I get 5. So that is my answer. And we have to solve this equation. So let me just zoom up a little bit. So solving means we have to find the value of x. So we have negative 23, right? So whatever, this is what I need, just this part, right? So whatever is extra here with x, we need to get rid of that. So first let's see, we have negative 23. So opposite of that is positive 23. So we add both side 23. Cancel. This side we have 6x, 49 plus 23. We end up with 72. Now we have to get rid of this 6 and x. What is the operation here? Multiplication. Opposite of this is division. So we divide both sides by 6, cancel, cancel. X is 72 divided by 6, which is 12. So answer is 12. Um, okay, then we have a cuboid. We have to find first its volume and then surface area. So what is the formula for the volume of cuboid is length times width times height. We have length, width, height. So length is 10, width is 4, and height is 2.5. If we times it, 10 times 4 is 40 times 2.5, which is 100 centimeter cube. We have to take care of units, they should be same. Surface area of cuboid is this formula. We have 2, actually 2 should be outside parenthesis, 2 length times width, then length times height, then width times height. So you just write length, width, height. First take these two combination, then these two, and then these two. And then that's how you can write it. So if we just times length and width, which is 10 times 4 is 40, and length times height is 10 times 2.5, which is 25. Width times height, which is 4 times 2.5 is 10. So if we add them, we get 75, and then we have 2 here. 2 times 75 is 150. Because it is area, so we write centimeter square. This was cubed because of the volume. So then we have a circle here, and on the grid above, draw a tangent to the circle. Write the length of the radius of the circle. Okay. So tangent is any straight line that touches the circumference of the circle anywhere. So you can just draw a line. Okay, I think I need to draw it properly. Like if you just draw a line, a straight line which is just touching the circumference at any point, this is tangent. Okay. Then radius of the circle you can just find by counting the grid. How many squares are there? If this is the center and this is the radius, 1, 2, 3. There are three square. So you can write, if each is 1 centimeter, so we can just say this is 3 centimeter, right? Area, we can find in, because the formula for area is pi r square, right? And the value of pi is 22 point I mean 22 divided by 7, and radius is 3, so 3 square is 9. If we just times them and divide it by I mean 7, so we'll get 28.3 centimeter square. Okay, let's do next question. So here we have given a table which is showing information about the math tiers of entry of 87 students. Let me just go there. In 3 different math classes. Okay, so one of the student from 3 math classes is chosen as random. Right, the probability that this student is Mrs. Robinson class. Okay, so total, if you see in Mrs. Robinson's is 30, right? And total students, it is chosen. Okay, total students, here it is 30, and 3, one of the student from the 3 maths classes is chosen in random. Okay, total of all the students is 87, right? So basically the probability formula is the favorable outcome and the total possible outcome. So this is 30. 30 students are there in Mrs. Robinson's class. So 30, and total students are 87. So this is the answer. If you simplify it, you will get 10 over 29. Next is, what is the ratio of total number of students doing higher and doing foundation? So if you see here, higher students are 58 and foundation are 29. So if we take the ratio of 58 ratio 29, and if we divide them, you will get 2 ratio 1, because if you just divide 58 by 29, you get 2. Next is, Miss Jackson says my class has the greatest proportion of students doing higher tier. Is is this correct? Show your working. Okay. So if you see Miss Jackson's class, higher are 24 and total higher are 32. So 24 out of 32, this is for Jackson, and for others, for Robinson, let's see, higher are 12 out of 30, right? So the probability is 12 out of 30. And for other teacher, Dr. John's class, higher are 22 out of 25. So for doctor, it is 22 out of 25. If you solve them, all of them, here if we just divide it, we will get 0.75. This is zero point 0.4 and this is 0.88. So 0.88 is the higher one. Okay, so he is not correct. Okay. Okay, let's do number 15. So the table is showing the options for the meal deal at a school canteen, main, snacks and drink. For a meal deal, students must choose one main, one snack and one drink. So we have to write all the possible meal deal combination. So the possible combination can be like, what we can do here is, okay, one main, one snack and one drink. So one main, one snack and one drink, like that. So basically what we can do, if you first put the pasta pot combination with pasta, you can write all of the combination possible, like crisp and juice, and then pasta will go with crisp and milkshake. Okay, then again pasta can go with fruit and juice, then pasta can go with fruit and milkshake. Then other will be for sandwich, go with sandwich and write all the possible combination. CJ, I'm just writing this and this and this and this. Okay, so then sandwich, crisp, milkshake, and then sandwich, fruit juice, sandwich, fruit milkshake. Third one we can write for wrap. The same way, wrap, crisp juice, wrap, crisp milkshake, wrap, fruits juice, and wrap, fruit milkshake. So total I think are 12. Yeah. Okay. So next question is this. We have to work out this for x, for which x over 2 is less than 8. Okay, so x over 2 is less than 8, so this 2 is in division. So what you need to do, to get rid of this 2, we multiply both side by 2, right? Because we have to just, this will cancel out, and x will be 8 times 2 is 16. So this is our answer. So x can be the largest, work out the largest integer. So because less than 16, largest integer is 15, right? Next is on the number line, this is we have to show. So because negative 2, after negative 2, this is equal sign, that means negative 2 can be the value of x, and all the values which are greater than negative 2. Okay, so we draw a closed solid circle. Why? Because negative 2 is included. When you have this, you have to draw a closed solid circle. So we have this, and we will fill it because we have equal sign, it is included. If there is no equal sign, we will just keep it open circle. At 3 we don't have this equal sign, right? So at 3 I will make a open circle. Now we'll just connect them by a solid line. It shows all these values are possible. So now we have to reflect this triangle about y is equals to negative 1. So let's do this. Okay, so y is equals to negative 1 is this. Okay, let me just make it. This is y is equals to negative 1, right? You can see there we have negative 1. So now if you see this point is x is negative 1 here and y is negative 2, right? So basically what it is saying, reflect triangle this, label a new triangle B. So we'll reflect it other side. Okay, so what will happen if we move it the same, like it is, because it is on y axis, right? It is on y is equals to negative 1. So we'll keep the x coordinate same and find the new y coordinate by ensuring the distance to the mirror line, this is the mirror line, is equal on both sides. So y is going to be same, right? Now there we have negative 4, so this is going to be my next point, right? You can see after, from this point it has moved by 2 square, so we will make 2 square and 1 2 3, this is 3 square from here, right? So 1 and let me see how it is, it's going like this, 3 square, so this will go like this to meet it, right? And then this point goes like this. So this is how the reflection will be, and this will be named as B. Okay, so basically we have to ensure the distance from the mirror line is equal both sides. This is the mirror line, this, okay, and the distance is same, right, about this point, about this line. Translate triangle A by the vector this. So this is, this means we have to move every point 5 units right. This upper point shows right because it is positive, and this is 3 units up. Why up? Because it is positive. And then we have to make a new triangle, 5 up, and so we have to do it with A. Okay, so this is my A, 5 units right. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5, this is my, and 3 units up, so 1 2 3. So this is going to be the A, this vertex. Then 1 2, I'll just go like this, 1 2. Then we have 2 units like this, okay, and just connect these 2 points like this, and this is our new after this is our new triangle which we have to label as C. Okay, let's see question number 18. Okay, so 18 question, this is saying Pet Zone and Buck Mart sell the same brand of dog food. Which bag of pet food is better value for money? You must show your working. Okay, so this is 6 kilogram bag plus 25 uh, percent extra. This is, here we have 1/6 of the normal price. So 25% of 6 kilogram we'll have to find, right? Let's do it. So for this one I'm doing 25% of 6 kilogram. How do we calculate? 25 over 100 times 6 kilograms, okay, which is going to be, if we just times these two and divide it by 6, we'll get 1.5 kilograms. Okay, just multiply these two divided by 6, or like 0.25 times 6. Okay, because 25 divided by 100 is 0.25. If we times it by 6, we get 1.5 kilogram. So if I add, because this is extra, right, so we have to add this 1.5 kilogram in 6 kilograms, right, which is 7.5 kilogram, and total cost is this is the cost of 7.5 kilogram. Okay, now we have to find the cost per kilogram to compare. Okay, so if I divide 18.60 by 7.5 kilograms, I will get the value for per kilogram. So 2.48 euros per kilogram, this is the value. Now in this case we have to find the value for per kilogram. So basically, let me just go over there. This is 6 kilogram bag, and original price is this 18 point and 1/6 of. So we have to find 1/6 of this, of normal price, right? So let's do 1/6 of 18.60. So if we just divide this value by 6, we get 3.10. This is the discount, so we need to subtract it from the original value, right? If I subtract it from 18.60, if I subtract this, I will get 15.50. This is the price after discount. So this is for 6 kilogram, right? To get the value for 1 kilogram, we need to divide this by 6, which is going to be 2.58. So here I am getting at 2.48 1 kilogram, and this is 2.58 1 kilogram. So this one is better, right? So pet zone is better, right? That's how we have to do. Let's do question number 19. Okay, it says use your calculator. So if you put the this value in the calculator, you'll get 94.87, and then this one, if you square it, you will get 2152.96, and then you have to divide it with 13.37. So if you just add them, you will get 2247.83, and then you divide it with 13.37, so we'll get 168.125. And then round it to nearest two significant figures. So the first two significants are 1 and 6, right? To third figure is significant is 8, which is 5 or above 5. So we can round it to the second figure up. We can round the second figure up, okay? So this will become, this is the second figure. If this number is greater than 5 or 5, we add here 1. So this will become 170, and we make this 0. Okay. So the first four terms of an arithmetic sequence are given. Write down expression in terms of n and nth term of sequence. So this is the formula for arithmetic sequence: a plus n minus 1d. D is common difference. So common difference, how do we find? If we subtract this negative 2 from the 8 minus, this is already negative, so negative 2, this will be 8 plus 2, which is 10. So this is the common difference. We subtract this value from this. You can choose any two values. It should be this consecutive values to get the common difference. Now first term is negative 2. This is the first term, right? And n minus 1, we have to keep it n only, and d is 10. So if we just solve it, negative 2 plus 10 times n is 10n, minus 10 times 1 is 10. So negative 2 and negative 10 will give me negative 12, right? So this is the expression. An is equals to 10 and minus 12. Next is this, simplify this. So whenever we have two power, just multiply them. So h 4 times 5, this is what you need to do, which is h to the power 20. Now here, when we have base same and the power on a multiplication, we need to add them. So like here 5 is base for both of them, so we add the power exponent, and here we have negative 3. So this will become 110, then we have negative 3. Again we have same base 5 5. Now power will get subtracted. So we subtract 110 minus negative 3, which will become 110 plus 3. Negative negative is positive. So the answer is 113. 5 to the power 113. Clear? Now we have this question of okay, interest, I think. Yeah. So Arthur invests 2000 euros in a bank, and the bank pays this compound interest, and he wishes to withdraw when he has made at least 500 euros in interest. So what we have to find is how many years will it need to wait before withdrawing his money. So the formula for compound interest is this: amount, principal, 1 plus rate, and n here, where n is number of years, and this is what we need to calculate. So amount is this is 2500, because this 2000 plus 500, right? So we add them, and principal is this what we are investing, 2000. 1 plus rate is 3.5%, right? So 1 plus 3.5, and then we have n. So this will become if we just if we divide both side by 2000. So here if I divide by 2000 and 2000, because I need to find this will cancel out, and here I will get 1.25, and add them, so you will get 1.035, because this is 3.5%. So you need to divide it by 100 to convert into decimal. So move decimal by 2 place, because there are two zeros. So you'll fill here and 0 will go here. So the answer is 0.035, and that's how you got this. So if you add 1 here, because we have 1 plus 0.035, that's how you got this to the power n, which is number of years. Now um, we can what we can do here, we can use log, or you must okay, show, okay, how many years. Okay, so basically if you put it into the calculator, you will get the answer, because like if you use the calculator and put everything here, you will get the answer. So n is going to be 7 years. Okay, okay, let's do this one. Okay, just 1 minute. And 23 question, we have given a table which is giving us information about the temperature in a city during May. Find the class interval that contain the median. So median, determine to find the median, first determine the total frequency. So total means just add all of these. Okay, add it. If we add them, we will get the total of 31. Okay, so the median is the n plus 1 over 2. Okay, so 31 is n here, 31 plus 1 divided by 2, which is 16th value. Okay, so 16th value is my median. Now find where the 16 values will fall using this cumulative frequency, because if you see between 10 and 14 there are three values, right? 11, 12, 13, right? Three values. And here between 14 and 18 there are six values: 15, 16, 17, 18. Actually 14 is not included, so 15, 16, 17, 18. um, okay, okay, actually you can see here 3 and 6, there we have 10, right? Since the 16th value falls within the third group, the class interval is this. Okay, so this is going to be the class interval. So next is we have to work out the mean temperature in May. So mean temperature, how do we find mean temperature? Let me just erase this. Okay, so mean temperature, first we need to, this is my actually f, but we have to find x, which is the midpoint. So midpoint here between 10 and 14 is going to be 12, right? Here it's going to be 16 between 14 and 18. Then here between 18 and 22 it's going to be 20, right? 22 and 26 it's going to be 24, and then 30 and 26 it's going to be 28. So this is my f frequency, this is my x. Now times them, f and x, just multiply these two. 12 times 3 is 36, then we have 96, then we have 200, 192, and then we times these two, we get 112. Now we find the total. So we know this is 31. Total of fx, if you just add all these value, you get 636. And the mean formula is summation of f times x divided by summation of f. F times x, total summation means total sum is this, and total frequency is 31. So if you divide it, you get 20.5, and that's your answer. So 20.5 degrees Celsius is the mean temperature. Okay, next we have to make x as the subject of this equation. So like here we have d as the subject, we have to add the equal sign of other side of equal sign should be x. This is what it means. So whatever is with x, we need to get rid of that. So let's add t both side, because this is minus t. So opposite of minus t is plus t. So this will cancel. Here we will having d plus t is equals to mx, right? Again we have m. So we divide both side by m to get rid of m. because this is in multiplication, right? And opposite of that is division. That's why we divide it. So only we have x this side and we have d plus t divided by m. This is our answer. This is how we make it subject of the equation. Okay. So Fenton, the dog runs at okay, the speed of the dog and the deer is given. Who is faster? Show your walking. So this is in meters per second. This is kilometer per hour. So we need to convert them into same units. So let's convert meters into kilometers. So 13 meter into kilometers. So when we are converting, meter is smaller, kilometer is bigger. So SBD, remember this, smaller to bigger, divide. BSM, bigger to smaller, multiply. So we divide it by 1000 because 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meters. So we divide it by 1000, and which will be, we just write whatever is numerator first. 3 zeros, so 1, 2, 3. There the decimal will go. This is empty, fill it with 0. If the number starting with decimal, put a 0. So answer is 0.013. This is in kilometers. Okay. Now we got it in kilometers. We need to convert seconds into hours also, because meter we converted. To convert second into hours, because 1 hour is 60 minutes, 1 minute is 60 seconds. So 60 minutes and then 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So we just multiply these two, which will give us 3600 seconds in 1 hour. Okay. So now we have the final conversion is basically what we have is, we have to convert, yeah, because it is 13 meter, right? So we will times 13 with this 3600, which is 46,800. Okay. So this is what we have got. Now if I divide it by 1000, I will get, just write numerator as it is, put the decimal after 3 digit because there are 3 zeros, so after 3 digits the answer is this, which is in kilometer per hour. Okay, because I have times here by 13, that's why I have to again divide by 1000. If I have times it with 0.013, then I haven't divided here by 1000. I don't know why I did so, but so the basically this is 46.800. Okay, and this is 48, right? So for the dog we got speed 46.8, and for the deer the speed is 48. So 48 is greater than 46, so the speed of the deer is faster, right? Okay, we are almost done. Okay, let's see this question. We have to find the perimeter of this rhombus. We have given these diagonals, because here diagonals bisect each other at right angle. You have to remember that all sides are equal here. So first we find the length of the half of the diagonal. AC is the diagonal, which is 17.6. If you half it, divide it by 2, you get 8.8. Then BD, this is 21, half it, which is 10.5 centimeter. Now what we will do, we will use the Pythagorean theorem because it is a right angle triangle. We have this which is 8.8, this which is 10.5. We can find hypotenuse, right? Let's say this is h. So h square is 10.5 square plus 8.8 square according to Pythagorean theorem, right? So we just square it, use the calculator and add them. You get s square is equals to 187.69. Square root both sides, cancel. So this is going to give you 13.7 centimeter. Now because this is just one side, right? We just got this. There are four sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. So times it by 4 to get the, let's say this is side, okay, whatever. So just times it by 13.7 by 4 to get the whole perimeter. Perimeter is the boundary, right? So the answer is 15.8, unit is centimeter. How many questions? Okay, I think this one is the last question. Okay, we are almost done. So a triangle and a rectangle, and they have the same area. This is given. Work out size of the angle. Okay, this angle x. So area of the rectangle formula is length times width, right? So we just times these two and we will get 19.5 centimeter square. Then the area of triangle is half base times height, and area we have just got because they both have same area, so I can play at place of area I can write 19.5. And we have base, so at place of base I can put 10, right? Because this is base, 10 here. So if I just times this by 2 and divide it by 10, I will get h, which is the height. So if I just times and divide it by I'll get height 3.9. Now I have height, which is this 3.9. I have base. So if you remember the tangent ratio, the formula for tan is opposite over adjacent. So like if you look at this angle, this side is opposite and this is adjacent, right? And if you divide these two, you will get the angle. So opposite is 3.9 and adjacent is 10. You divide them, you will get 0.39, right? Which is tan theta or tan x, actually we should write x. So tan x is 0.39. We need x, so x is going to be tan inverse 0.39, right? Because we are finding x, so this will become inverse. If you just plug in the calculator, you will get x, which is 21.3, around something like this. Okay, yeah. So if I hope it is clear. If you have any doubt, you can text me here. I will reply you. 9205 948909. And I also take one-on-one classes, um, which are very cheap if you want to join, which is very affordable, and you can join me. Okay, thank you.